Warrior Island. On a mysterious island, grandmasters of martial arts train 16 fighters from around the world. The fighters train and fight for your vote, and you help decide their fate by voting online. Who will become the ultimate island warrior? Where great warriors are discovered and fans have a voice.
Welcome to Warrior Island.
We are here live at Warrior Island, and tonight, for the first time in history, you, the fans, get a voice and help decide which fighters get to come to Warrior Island and train with the masters and grandmasters of martial arts to compete to become the ultimate island warrior.
That's right, fans. For the very first time, you at home get to go onto your social media, watch these fights on your television. You're going to watch the fights. Find your favorite fighter and vote for that fighter up to 10 times on the Warrior Island Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, on the warriorisland.info. Get in there and vote for your favorite fighters, because these fighters are going to fight as hard as they can as warriors to get your vote to come to the island. The 16 winners will travel to the island. They will train with the Grand Masters of Martial Arts. Ron Van Cleef, the Black Dragon, Dan the Beast Severn, UFC veteran, Orlando Rivera, Renzo Gracie, Helsing Gracie, Sifu Chow, Sifu Lau. I mean, the list goes on of some of the greatest Grand Masters of Martial Arts and fight coaches in the world. And they're going to fight on the island and train on the island, not in a cage, not in a sound studio, but in the sand, in the water, in the jungle, mountains, caves. It's real warriors who have to fight no matter where they are. But more importantly than the fighting, they have to learn character, to be a good person, learn the Tiki code, to learn respect, honor, empathy, integrity, all the things that a real warrior should have. You've been given the ability to fight, to be a warrior. Use it for good, not for evil.
Yeah, anybody who has followed martial arts for any amount of time will know that the names that Ronan James Jefferson just mentioned are the best in the world. I've known you for a long time, James Jefferson, for well over 10 years. When you told me about the idea for Warrior Island, the first thing that came to mind is this is a winner.
Absolutely. We're going to go. We went to venues all around the world. We found some of the great promotions. We found some of the great fighters. We filmed these fighters for you. Now you're going to get to vote for them watching the fights tonight. So every Saturday at 10 p.m. you'll tune into the Warrior Island Fight Night, and you're going to watch and get excited about getting these fighters onto the island.
So tell us a little bit about what people can actually see when they actually tune into Warrior Island. What's the first thing they'll see as the show develops?
Well, on the fight night, you're going to see 3-4 really good fights every fight night. But then when these fighters get voted on by you to come to the island, they'll arrive by boat. They'll come onto the island, have to show respect to the Grand Masters. Then right out of the get-go, they're going to be training. They're going to be dieting. They're going to be learning all this code for the better character. And all along, you as the fans on the Warrior Island show are going to give them more things, like maybe more rest, more nutrition, more protein, maybe a massage. If they don't earn your respect, if they're not showing good character, we might wake them up in the middle of the night, give them a little bit less water, less protein. So they have to earn all these different things, kind of like some of these movies out there like Death Race or Hunger Games. So some of that great stuff, but it's going to be real life with real fighters, and not in a cage, not in a soundstage, on a real island and real fighting.
You mentioned something earlier that I think is so important to drill down a little bit on, and that is the respect. I've been very fortunate to be commentating fights for almost 20 years now. When I talk to the fighters and we go aside and we get them to become a little more forthright, they start telling me a little bit about their lives. Martial arts not just helps keep them out of trouble, keep them out of jail. They actually say it saved my life. The happiness, the moving with the body, it gives them a place to channel their energy in a good form rather than in a bad way.
Absolutely. So tonight you're going to see that. You're going to see fighters fighting, and they're fighting for you. So it might not be the winner you vote for. You may vote for the loser because that person showed better heart, better spirit, desire, good character, and then they'll develop better fighting skills with the Grandmasters that we mentioned.
And real quickly, as we get out, the other important element here that has never been done in the history of martial arts content and martial arts television, you, the fan, actually get to have a voice for the first time. This is an interactive show. The fans actually get to tell you who stays and who doesn't stay on the island.
It's amazing. So you have to watch the fights tonight. You have to vote. Don't wait. be interactive and have a voice. So where great warriors are discovered and you, the fan, have a voice.
All I can think to do now is go watch some great fights. Can we go see some fights?
Let's go to the fight.
Let's hit it.
Warning. The following TV show contains combative sports scenes that some viewers may find disturbing. While we are working with these warriors to teach them the Tiki Code, it's a process. Viewer discretion is advised. Enjoy, and don't forget to vote for your favorite fighter at warriorisland.info. That's warriorisland.info.
To the cage, I'm crazy, raging insane. Bicycle kicks to the edge, you're harder than Liu Kang. Cover 3 hits, once you when you hit the kill switch. Arms raised high, I stitch, cause I win. I can see through all your imperfections. I beg to differ if you think that you can handle me. Count me step and stupid, cause I tower over everything. Knock, knock, my right foot hit like hard rocks. Turn back the clock, stay hype, and turn it up a notch. I see it struggling.
One Family Media presents Warrior Island Fight Night. Hi everybody, I'm Jordan J. Adams, your Warrior Island commentator. Thrilled to be bringing you this next light heavyweight matchup from Lisbon, Portugal. Right now you are looking at the undefeated Sahmir Bam Bam Garcia. 5'8", 198 pounds. Fights out of Cooper's Gym in Detroit. And his opponent, Ezequiel Silvino, 36 years old, 6'2". He's from Brazil, fighting out of Spain. He too is undefeated. Beat Eduardo Riego in a Spanish regional show. Mauro Favellini, Alejandro Corral, and Oliver Darius. For a 4-0 record coming into this light heavyweight matchup tonight here. Lisbon, Portugal, both of these light heavyweights vying to make it on to Warrior Island. Getting their final instructions from the referee. Want to make it on that island and get trained by masters Ron Van Cleef, Dan Severn, Helson Gracie, Jason Lau, Henzo Gracie, coached by Orlando Rivera, Silvio Simac, Sifu Cliff, Sifu Chow, and if that isn't enough, the Navy SEALs as well. Oh my goodness. You know these light heavyweights trying to get on the island. Round 1, here we go. This fight scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. Bam Bam on the right-hand side of your screen, and Ezequiel Silvino on the top of your screen. Light heavyweight is 205. Bam Bam came in a little bit under that 205. He came in at about 198 pounds. He's in the blue board shorts. Ezequiel in the blue shorts with white trim. The taller of the two. Ezequiel's about 6'2". And Bam Bam's about 5'8". So you know that Silvino's going to be trying to fight from the outside, trying to use that length, stick that jab in Bam Bam's face. We'll have to get pretty active here as these fights are just 3 minutes long, not the traditional 5-minute MMA round. And thus you'll see a lot more pressure. Bam Bam looking to get inside. Oh, big right hand. It looked like Silvino was rocked there. His legs buckled. Now Bam Bam pushing Silvino up against the cage. Nice left knee. He has great knees. He's got a good Muay Thai clinch. He knows how to use his elbows. And his knees are absolutely deadly. Pushing Silvino up. This is right where Bam Bam wants to be. Wants to negate the height and reach advantage of Ezequiel Silvino. Silvino trying to circle out to his left, now to his right, but Bam Bam doing a good job keeping him pinned up against the cage. Both of these light heavyweights are on the record as saying they really want to make it on the island. One Family Media, and the rest of the gang putting on a great show. If you want to find out more about Warrior Island, visit us at warriorisland.info. You'll find out all about the island, fighting on the island, find out about our latest comic book series. Very excited to share it with you. Nice elbow on the break there from Bam Bam. And now to the center of the cage they go. Oh, that right hand hurt Silvino. Silvino's been hurt a couple times. Once by a knee and just there by the right hand, and now the knees again, another left knee. Oh, 2 knees in a row, and Silvino is out of there. Sahmir, Bam Bam Garcia, picking up his second professional win here in Lisbon, Portugal. It was all Garcia from the beginning of this fight, and it was all knees. There you see good sportsmanship between the 2 light heavyweights. Silvino's okay. He'll go on to fight again. And there you see Bam Bam, who fights out of Detroit. And I believe is originally from Portugal. Raised hand as he moves to 2-0 as a light heavyweight. Putting a very good showing in for himself and good sportsmanship as well.
Step into the cage, I'm crazy, raging insane. Bicycle kicks to the edge, you're harder than Liu Kang. Cover 3 hits, once when you hit the kill switch. Arms raised high, I stitch, this I win. I can see through all your imperfections. I beg to differ if you think that you can handle me. Count me stepping through because I tower over everything. Knock, knock, my right foot like hard rocks. Turn back the clocks, get hype and turn it up a notch. I see you struggling.
Our next fight takes us to Voorhees, New Jersey, the Coliseum Fight Club, to be more specific, for a light heavyweight matchup. Eric Ellerbee, 31 years old, 6'3", fighting out of Baltimore, Maryland. Coming off a win to Dusty Shaw, will be facing Azamat Murzakanov. And there you see the tail of the tape. Height advantage for Eric Ellerbee of 5 inches. He also has a significant 6-inch reach advantage as well. Will be looking to take advantage of the height and the reach and probably keep this fight at distance if he can. I don't think he wants anything to do with the ground game of the 26-year-old Azamat Murzakanov out of K Dojo Warrior Tribe. He is a highly scouted ground Russian sambo player, jiu-jitsu, and will put you in those Russian handcuffs very quickly. Eric Ellerbee wants nothing to do with the ground game. He's going to try to use his boxing skills, coming off an exciting win, and wants to keep the wins coming here in Voorhees, New Jersey, the Coliseum Fight Club. Don't forget, on one mysterious island, 10 masters will train 16 warriors who come together from around the world to fight, and only you will decide their fate. Only one will be crowned the ultimate island warrior. And right here, Azamat Murzakanov wants nothing more than that. Wants to make it onto the island here tonight. Wants to beat Ellerbee in convincing fashion and make his case to go and be trained by some of the best martial arts practitioners on the face of the planet. And you could see him getting his final equipment checked. Wants to go onto the island. Ron Van Cleef, Dan Severn. Can you imagine Dan Severn giving some wrestling tips to Azamat? I mean, those two will really have a meeting of the minds, two of the best in the ground today. Helson Gracie, Renzo Gracie, Orlando Rivera, so many more. And both of these light heavyweights vying to make it onto the island. Light heavyweight is 205 pounds and under, and this fight will be scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. We've been working on a comic book series for the past 8 years and excited to share that with you as well. Buy a comic, save the world. It's a real thing. We teach bullies to become protectors instead of offenders. And into the cage steps the Russian, Azamat Murzakanov. All right, let's go cage side and get this one underway.
And in our third competition of the evening, we have the light heavyweights, and we have Mr. Vince Dudley as referee. There will be 3 rounds of 5 minutes each. Our first competitor is a 31-year-old who stands at 6'3" and weighs 202 official pounds. He has a 1-1 professional MMA record, and he represents Seniorian Dojo, and hailing from Baltimore, in the blue corner, Eric the Lion Ellerbee. His opponent is a 26-year-old who stands at 5'10" and weighs 204 3/4 pounds. He has a 3-0 professional MMA record, and he represents K-Dojo Warrior Tribe out of Fairfield, New Jersey. In the red corner, Azamat, the professional Murzakanov.
So here we go at 205. Murzakanov in the red and black board shorts, fighting out of the red corner. Some of the crowd here in New Jersey. And there, Ellerbee fighting out of the blue corner. Round 1. Here we go. Ellerbee in the black board shorts. Immediately, Murzakanov shoots the double. Looking to bridge up is Ellerbee. Ellerbee's got that nice hook sunk in. He's closed up the legs, so he's keeping things awkward for Azamat. Azamat looking to pull hips, get that right leg free, and turn into Ellerbee for side control. And boom, there he goes into side control. Oh, good job there nice work there by Ellerbee. Good scramble getting out of that dangerous position, but Azamat tosses him like a rag doll up against the cage. Ellerbee does not seem to have an answer, and he's cut. He's cut pretty badly, and you can see him leaking on the cage here. And Warrior Tribe, K-Dojo Warrior Tribe yelling to Murzakanov to take mount. But he's already letting those hands go. He might not even need mount. Letting the left hand go. Ellerbee does not seem to have an answer. And there, great shot, guys. You can see the damage on the face. The knee is there for Murzakanov if he wants it. He doesn't even need it right now. He's content just to let the hands go. He's got Ellerbee piled up against the cage, folded up, and Ellerbee just does not have an answer for those big left hands. This one's going to be stopped. Left, another left. And Ellerbee now finally getting out of damage. Doctor's going to take a look, though. Significant swelling under the right eye of Eric Ellerbee. There you see the right eye almost closed up already. That was fast early here in the first round. That's an awful lot of damage for such a short amount of time. It looks like they are going to stop this fight. Ellerbee not happy, obviously. He wants to keep going. He's a warrior. But the doctor's not liking what he's seeing. That could be a broken nose. The way he's moving that nose around, Ellerbee says he's fine, but that is probably why the eyes swelled up so fast. You know, I was saying just a couple of minutes ago how fast the damage was. You know, I was looking at that eye. I couldn't believe how fast it swelled up. Well, when you break your nose, that's going to swell the eyes up, especially when you inadvertently blow it. You try to remember not to, but blowing your nose when it's broken is going to swell both eyes up. There's the big dump early on. And here's the left hands. that Azamat just rained down on Ellerbee, and Ellerbee just really did not have an answer. He could have been moving out of there, but he was just he was done with those punches, and he was just turtling up. And what another impressive win for the native of Nalchik, Russia, Azamat, the professional Murzakanov, moving to 5-0 now as a pro, and the eyes of the MMA world are on this young Russian. Thank you very much, Bob Maloney, and what an impressive fight for the native of Nalchik, Russia. The big dump early on, and it was all downhill for Eric Ellerbee from that first takedown. The big, monstrous, heavy left hands, and those are anvils, just big left hands, and they broke the nose of young Eric Ellerbee. Eyes swelled up. Doctor didn't like what he saw. Nothing but good things ahead for Azamat, the professional Murzakanov.
Okay, Azamat, and here you're 4-0. Typical K-Dojo style. You come out, take them down, and pound them into submission. That's what you guys do over there at K-Dojo. Coach, what did Coach tell you about how you feel about this fight?
Азамат, у тебя сейчас уже 4-0 подряд. Вышел в стиле K-Dojo, как обычно вы делаете. Удар, смешивал, бросок, все. План такой у тебя был?
Да, у меня план такой был. В K-Dojo занимаюсь, готовился почти месяца. Спасибо большое, что у меня готовил Мурат Кештов. Спасибо этому клубу, спасибо сопернику.
My camp has been like a month. That's what we do in K-Dojo. We've been training hard for being prepared for everything that could happen. Thank you so much, my coach, Team K-Dojo, and big thanks to my opponent for taking the fight.
Azamat Murzakanov, 4-0. The ceiling is way up there for you. We look forward to you coming back and do your thing at GPG again. Congratulations.
To the cage, I'm crazy, raging insane. Bicycle kicks that hit you harder than Liu Kang. Cover 3 hits, 1, 2 when you hit the gear switch. Arms raised high, I stitch, cause I win. I can see through all your imperfections. I beg to differ if you think that you can handle me. Count me stepping super, cause I tower over everything. Knock, knock, my right foot hit like hard rocks. Turn back the clocks, get hype and turn it up a notch. I see it struggling.
And welcome back to Voorhees, New Jersey, the Coliseum Fight Club, to be more specific, for more Warrior Island Fight Night. I'm Jordan J. Adams, your Warrior Island commentator. It's time for a bantamweight scrap. That's 135 pounds. You're getting a good look at James Ferren, fighting out of the red corner, 5'7", American MMA and Wrestling, Somerdale, New Jersey. You will hear the crowd go nuts for him right here in Jersey. Let's throw it up to Stephen Peacock.
The referee for this fight will be Mr. Joe Pinto. Our first fighter is making his debut MMA public competition appearance. He stands at 5'6.5" and comes to us with an official weight of 136 pounds. Representing Extreme Fight Club out of Woodland Park, New Jersey, by way of the Bronx. The rebel in the blue corner, the rebellious Mark Rommero. And to my right is his competitor. He comes to us with a 1-0 record, standing at 5'7" and weighing 136 pounds. He represents American MMA and wrestling out of Somerdale, New Jersey. Out of the red corner, James Ferren.
Okay, clearly the New Jersey crowd is going to get behind James Ferren. I'm guessing Somerdale is close to Voorhees. This fight's scheduled for three 3-minute rounds in the 135-pound weight division. That's the bantamweight division. And you can see on the bottom right-hand side of your screen, Mark Rommero, 5'6", 136 pounds, and they are trading at the center of the cage. Rommero going for the hip toss. Good defense right there from James Ferren. You see him, he's got the left leg down, he's got the left arm down, protecting from knees, and now pressing Rommero up against the cage. Now Rommero with Ferren against the cage. Grappling to see who can get the over-under. Rommero trying to switch levels, but great knees there by James Ferren. Beautiful offense off the cage, which is not easy to do. Into the whizzer go the two bantamweights. A lot of action right off the top, just in the opener in the first minute. And that's what you're going to get out of these 135-pounders. They can go all day long. Nice right hook there from Rommero. And interesting to see two southpaws in there, very rare. One thing to have one southpaw, but to have two, you do not see that a lot. The Warrior Island Fight Night was created to find the greatest MMA and combat warriors from around the world. These fighters compete and are voted on by you, the fans. The top 16 fighters will be chosen and will travel to Warrior Island to train with the grandmasters of Kung Fu, Karate, Boxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and other forms to compete to become the ultimate island warrior. And that's exactly what both of these bantamweights are hoping to do here tonight. Rommero making his fighting debut. James Ferren at 1-0 are looking to catch the attention of some of the leaders of this sport. Inadvertent knee, and down goes James Ferren. He'll be given 5 minutes to recover. As I was saying, the leaders of Warrior Island Fight Night and Warrior Island, people like Grandmaster James Jefferson. You're going to learn from coaches Orlando Rivera, Sifu Cliff, the Navy SEALs, Silvio Simak, Sifu Chow, and that's not even getting into the Masters. We've got guys like Dan Severn, Ron Van Cleef, Renzo Gracie, Helson Gracie, Jason Lau, all on Warrior Island and looking to find the next champions. Warrior Island's been working on this for a long time, and the DuPont Network is so proud to present Warrior Island. And now getting a look at James Ferren's going to step back in. He didn't take his full 5. A lot of trainers will tell you to take that 5 no matter what, because you don't really know exactly how much has been taken out of the gas tank. You want to really shake off the pain. The legs can have pins and needles. It really, oh, nice right hand again from Rommero. That right hand has been working for Rommero. Found a bit of a home. Attempted deep kick there by Ferren. Ferren's offense, you can feel it, that since the knee to the groin, Rommero's actually up the ante. Now Ferren starting to put it on. Final 20 seconds of round 1 in Voorhees, New Jersey. Ten-second warning. Both of these bantamweights trying to work their way in to Warrior Island, into the whizzer, and Ferren ends up in side control. This is the perfect way to end the round. This is the last thing the judges see. The last thing they'll see in a very close round is James Ferren in side control. I would have to say the right hand of the rebellious Mark Rommero probably did more damage than anything else out of either of the two fighters in round number one. Action from round number one. And we'll probably get a chance to see that right hand of Rommero. This is when they went into the whizzer and Rommero was able to impose his will against the cage. And this is that inadvertent knee. And you could see Rommero being very respectful. He let the referee know that it was a legitimate groin strike. Sometimes if the referee doesn't see the strike, they will instruct the fighters to keep on fighting. And it is incumbent upon either the victim or the perpetrator to let the referee know, especially if the strike is such that the fighter is incapacitated. And Rommero showed a lot of good sportsmanship there to let the referee know that there was a strike and that Ferren should be given 5 minutes. Now Ferren coming out, throwing. Ferren's got the height advantage, looking to take advantage of what is most likely a reach advantage as well. He's got dangerous hands. Everybody who trains with him at American MMA and wrestling will tell you he's got very fast hands. He's got heavy hands for a 135-pounder. Real good boxing, straight punches. Good head movement there from Rommero. Imagine he wants to get out of there. He does not want to have his back up against the cage, against a dangerous striker like James Ferren. Now Ferren looking to put a little muscle on the rebellious one, Mark Rommero. Pressing Rommero up against the cage. And fighting. Quick shout out to everybody on the Warrior Island team who are working on the comic book series. Check us out on warriorisland.info and check out our comic books. For the past 8 years we've been drawing and producing comic books, and we're very excited to share our heroes with you. And when you buy our comics, you help save the world, because we're teaching bullies to become protectors instead of offenders. It's all about the Warrior Island Tiki Code. That's the key. My kids love it. I've been with Warrior Island for a long time, and my kids grew up with it. They love the comic books and all of the coloring and activity and adventure books for all ages. Right now, Ferren's starting to impose his will a bit on Mark Rommero. Rommero's been unable to spin out of this dangerous situation. Very, very close first round. Could have gone either way. And now Ferren looking to let his hands go. Nice right hands there. 4 unanswered punches from James Ferren. And Rommero finally posturing up and getting up straight. Having his head down low is not working for him. The uppercuts by James Ferren found their mark. And it's a little bit of a power advantage for James Ferren. He's able to pin Rommero up against the cage when he needs to. And here's a little look at Warrior Island. And you do not have to necessarily be fighting in this fight or a lot of the fights. There's those punches we were talking about earlier. Coming down with the uppercut and raising up there, and Rommero had enough. You do not necessarily have to be in this particular fight, or indeed any of the fights that we've put on television so far. Reach out to us on warriorisland.info if you want to try out. You would like to fight for us going forward. We'd love to have you. warriorisland.info. Round number 3. How are you scoring it at home? I have this thing very, very close, probably 19-19. So it's anybody's fight going into the 3rd round. Let's see who's more hungry. If Ferren is stalking Rommero, and now he's letting his hands go. This is beautiful work here from James Ferren. Good head movement, but good defense isn't going to win you the fight. So I like Rommero's defense, but he's got to get out of there. He's got to spin out of there. Get away from that power hand. Spin away from the power in the left hand of James Ferren. He's loading it up. Rommero, this is where Rommero wants to be. Good job. He's got his back to the center of the cage. Wants to be out in the wide open. Get in and get out. He doesn't want to be at the end of those punches, those long, rangy punches. Man, Ferren's got good technique. You just tuned in. You are indeed watching Warrior Island Fight Night. I'm Jordan J. Adams, your Warrior Island commentator. Glad you joined us. Come on down, man, and check us out at warriorisland.info. It's been Ferren for the whole third round now, making his case not only to win his second fight in a row, but to make an appearance on Warrior Island and get trained. I have a feeling he'd be a great student. Nice hands there. I'll tell you, Rommero's in the fight. He's dangerous. He's a gamer. And Ferren knows that. Ferren would love to get in here and finish him off, not leave it up to the judges. But Rommero's got a really strong right hook. And the first round really forced Ferren to respect him. He has to respect that hook. He has not been able to put the offense together that he would like to. He's been good. Now look at Rommero coming in. Oh, and the big dump there for Ferren with just a minute to go in the fight, putting an exclamation point on the third round. And most likely cinching up not only the third round with the ground and pound, but the fight, the whole fight. You got to give the second round to Ferren. And now with this full mount and with the AMI rules, you will not see him striking in the face. You'll only be able to do body blows here. But this is a very, very powerful, compelling, and convincing thing for the judges to see as they go to their scorecards at the end of the fight. 10-second warning. And it's do or die now for Rommero, but he does not have an answer for James Ferren. James Ferren a little too much for the rebellious Mark Rommero here tonight. If I'm a gambling man, this one goes to James Ferren, 29-28. But a very, very good showing for Mark Rommero. He certainly has nothing to hang his head about. Let's make this one official. Stephen Peacock.
After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Krowick scores the fight 29-28. Judge Caroline scores the fight 30-27. Judge Sinclair scores the fight 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision from the red corner, James Ferren.
Okay, only one judge saw it my way, but James Ferren moves to 2-1 nonetheless. Good job there by Mark Rommero. Good sportsmanship. Let's go cage side and hear from James Ferren. Bob Maloney.
Beautiful performance. Rommero put up a hell of a fight. It was a great fight. You go to 2-0. Tell me quickly how you feel. You were landing a bunch of punches there. He was kind of playing, ducked up those punches. How you feel right there?
Yeah, I feel good, but it was a tough fight. He took a lot of hits from me, got tired. I got some good corners, good trainers. All my fans who supported me, thank y'all so much. Yeah.
Well, I know you're rolling over there with my man Nick Catone and Joe Lowry, so I know in the room they're kicking your tail, made it easy to make it feel easy coming in here after being in that room with those animals.
Yeah, some true animals, but yeah, it was good. I need some more training, some more work on myself, but it was good.
Well, you're 2-0, you're an exciting fighter. We're looking forward to you coming back to GPG, doing your thing again. James Ferren!
What a great night of fights. Congratulations once again to James Ferren, Sahmir Bam Bam Garcia, Azamat, the professional Murzakanov, for all having big wins here tonight. When you're ready to vote your favorite fighter on the island or make your case to fight on the island, visit warriorisland.info for more information. Huge shout out to Grand Visionary Seafood James Jefferson, and I'm Jordan J. Adams for One Family Media saying we'll see you on the island.
Oh, what a great night of fights. You know, some real unexpected turnouts there, but everything was fantastic, and what character and heart these athletes showed out there tonight.
Unbelievable. You know, sometimes you go into a fight and you look at, check out these fighters, you got your favorite fighter, you think one's going to win, but it doesn't end up that way because sometimes, you get a rear naked choke, you get a knockout, you just don't expect it. But what you do though, you see these fighters, you see that they have more respect.
Yes.
Here. We search out the promotions around the world. We search out the fighters, the coaches, the dojos, of people that show the respect, the honor, the empathy of what it would take to come to Warrior Island, fighting for your voted home, to get that vote, and then to go to Warrior Island, train with these masters, and that's what this is all about. So this week you watch these fighters, you're gonna go vote for them. Hey, next week you might see another fighter, but it's all about you, the fans, and the character of these fighters in the cage to bring them to Warrior Island.
Yeah, you bring up a really good point there, James. For the fans at home who are watching and getting ready to vote, you don't necessarily have to vote for the winner of the fight. There may have been an athlete in there tonight that showed so much heart, showed so much character, that you actually want to vote for them, even though they may not have won their particular fight. Just based on their character, you're compelled to vote for them.
It's a great point, and Jay, that's why we have the Tiki Code, the code of honor, the Tiki Code of respect, the Tiki Code of integrity, empathy. Just because you were born with this ability to be a great warrior fighter doesn't mean you knock somebody down. It actually shows more power to pick somebody up when they're down. And you'll notice that we kind of gravitate towards those kinds of fighters, those warriors, and that's what you should look for. Someone that stands out as a good character person or needs development and work. And that's what they do. You're going to vote up to 10 times on all the social media.
All right, well, to do that, you're going to want to go to warriorisland.info, and he's going to let you vote 10 times. So take advantage of that. Get to that website right now.
So Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, vote. We want you to have a voice up to 10 times per device.
All right, what can we look forward to next week in Warrior Island?
You know what? This has been a great night of fights, but we have one every week. So tune in every week. You have new fighters, new venues around the world, whether it's Portugal, whether it's London, whether it's different spots in the United States. We would search the world and globe for this. And here's the other thing. You don't just have to vote for fighters in these cages. You can have fighters on YouTube that aren't even in the cage that you can vote for. So even the fighters at home and promoters at home, you can upload videos and fights to us from around the world. And we have wild cards where you can actually make the island and not even be in the cage.
Oh my God, amazing. Well, next week you're not going to want to miss it. I want to personally thank you, Ronan James Jefferson, for putting this together. It's a great vision. You're helping the world. You're helping all these athletes. Thank you so much. I can't wait for next week.
You're a great partner, man. Not once did I try to have to defend any kicks or punches or chokes for Mr. Jay Adams, one of the best in the world in decades of commentating. But great to have him here. He's our Jeff Probst.
We'll see you next time on Warrior Island. Vote for your favorite fighter at warriorisland.info.